Hey, welcome back to Snake Over Fly tying tutorials. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Gonna do a new one for you guys tonight. This is a balanced leech with our greased leech dubbing. New product be out probably in the next week or so on our website. I think we've got it in about a dozen colors out there. But this is a real long semi-seal looking stuff that has a bunch of our long cut hydro hackle fibers in here. And this stuff is really greasy. So we call it the grease leech. So we're gonna tie one in a blood leech, black and red. And I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I've just got a 140 denier wax from Semper here. Got a number 8 60-degree jig hook. This is one that we have in shop. Eventually we'll have it on the site. Has a little bit bigger gap and a really good black nickel finish. And so we're just going to take one of those in an 8, and then we'll go ahead and take one of our balanced leech pins in gold and a 4mm tungsten black bead, and we're just going to extend that out about a 1/4 inch or so off the front and lash it in with our 140. Excuse me. Leech season's coming on in our neck of the woods. Most of our lakes in southeastern Idaho have the ice off of them for the better part of them now. And our leech fishing tends to be really, really good around here, definitely in late May, all through June, into July, early August, until we really start mossing up. So I'm just gonna lay down a thread base with some 140 in black, and then we'll put a little head cement on here just to make sure everything's gonna stay together. And the rest of this bug goes pretty easy. If you followed any of our other tutorials, we've done a little bit of clump dubbing before with our zero gravity leech, the turbo leech, and it's a really quick, easy way to get a real buggy effect. This is the material. This has some red in here and some black, you know, kind of your classic leech colors that we have around here. So I'm just going to take a small hank of that stuff, and right in the middle of it, right at the back of the hook, right where it starts to bend, I'm just going to put that on the hook, and I'm going to kind of push down and get it to go all the way around the hook shank. Loose wrap, pull it tight. And then we'll do, I don't know, maybe a 1/16 of an inch forward, 1/8 of an inch forward. And now we'll just take our hand, form that little triangle, and just gonna push that material towards the back and tie it in. And now we'll come up about halfway up the shank, excuse me, and take another clump. Do the same thing. I'm just going to lay that in right in the middle so it overlaps the last clump. Loose wrap. Come forward to that 1/8 of an inch, and now push everything back again. After you tie a few of these, you kind of get it dialed to where your distance, your spacing is. When I tie a bunch of these, I end up doing about 3 clumps. Looks like this one will probably be 4. And this stuff, when it gets wet, really greases out, and that's why we call it the grease leech, or the grease leech dubbing. Put another clump in just right in front of the hook eye on the pin. Lash down that 1/8 of an inch of the hook shank, and then fold everything back, and then come back on it. Just developing a really good taper. And the cool thing about this leech, you don't have to tie in any marabou. This stuff greases out pretty well. You get a lot of movement out of it without having to add the marabou. Now I'm right behind the bead, and I'll take my last clump, circle it around the shank. That loose wrap helps getting the material all the way around the shank. And now we'll just kind of push that last little bit back and secure it. Not quite as full as I want, so I'll take one more clump right behind the bead. You don't have to be very precise with this stuff. Just get it to cover how you like. The beauty's in the randomness. Just build a decent collar around that. And now we'll whip finish off. Put a little head cement on this. Super cool bug to use as a point fly on lakes. I like fishing this one with the midge behind it. Sometimes I'll fish 2 leeches in tandem, a couple different colors. You can see it sleeches out pretty good. Let's put a little head cement on just to clean things up. Whatever your favorite flavor is. We're using hardest hole today from Hairline. And there you have it, pretty basic, sweet little stillwater or river leech. We fish a lot of leeches in our rivers early season too, and in the winter. Bunch of different colors. We're gonna probably have this in a dispenser pack coming out in the next week or so. Broad range of colors available. Really good for tying little small bait fish collars, stuff like that as well. But anyway, there you have it. That's our greased leech, balanced leech. It's gonna ride like so. And look forward to fishing this one pretty soon as we can get out of the snow. Just snowed on us last night on tax day, so fingers crossed. Thanks a bunch, keep watching.